Have you ever wondered what it would be like in heaven on Christmas Eve? Well, here's a story about a little boy in heaven, and he had just learned that his name was on the list of those to be born that night. And he was frightened because he didn't know what to do. So he stopped a wise old angel who was passing by, and he said, "Wise old angel, what will I do when I get to earth?" And the wise old angel said, "Go into the heavenly garden and talk to the plants and animals and learn the ways of life on earth." So the little boy went into the garden, and he went up to the tree and said, "What did you do when you were on earth?" And the tree said, "I grew from the seed of a beautiful apple tree. At first I was beaten down and trampled upon, and I hated those who walked on me. So I said to myself, when I grow up, I'll make my limbs to grow so that when people climb me for my beautiful fruit, they'll fall and be hurt, just as I have been hurt. But when I grew up and did these things, I found that people wouldn't come near me. As a result, my fruit grew heavy and broke my limbs. So what fruit was left of me was spoiled, and I was ugly. It was only then that I realized that to be happy, you have to give of yourself. And so I furnished fruit for man and shelter for homes, and the enjoyment of my fruit and shade will live forever." Then the little boy turned and said to the flower, "What did you do when you were on earth?" And the flower said, "I came from the plant of a beautiful rose. I was also beaten down and trampled upon. And I said to myself, when I grow up, I'll make my thorns sharp, so that when people enjoy my beautiful flowers, I'll stick and scratch them." But while I was growing, I saw what happened to the older rose bushes, who felt the same way I did. They had concentrated so much on growing thorns that their beautiful rose blossoms grew no longer. They became nothing but thorn bushes, and they were cut down and destroyed. It was then that I realized that I should concentrate on my beauty and forget my thorns. And so I did. The beauty and fragrance of my blossoms will live forever. Then the little boy turned to the animal, and he said, "What did you do when you were on earth?" And the little animal answered and said, "When I was born, I was hungry. So I said to myself, when I grow up, I'll be stubborn and I will not work. I'll just live off the fat of the land. And when I grow up and did these things, my food was taken away from me, and I was unhappy. It was then that I realized to receive good things, you must do good things. And when I realized this and tried to live accordingly, I found that the works that I had helped to accomplish could live forever." Then the trumpet blew, and the little boy knew that it was time for him to join the throngs of little boys and girls who were going before God to receive instructions about how each of them was to be born. And the Lord came, and he said to the first one in line, "To you I give the talents of music and art, so that you can make the earth a more beautiful and pleasant place in which to live." To the second in line, a little girl, he said, "To you I give the gift of understanding, so that you may comfort and help your fellow man in times of need." And so on down the line he went. Farmers, engineers, athletes, scholars, statesmen, until he finally came to the little boy, and the Lord put his hand on the shoulder of the little boy, and he said to him, "To you I give the power and understanding of the kingdom of God, so that you may use it in your own way, to make the earth a more abundant place in which to live. so that man may have life everlasting. All these things I give to you, my son. Take them and go. And so the trumpets blew, and the angels sang, and the Son of God was born into the world.
Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore